mom came into the room and she's like, "Look at my phone," and then I couldn't see it, so I had to look at mine. I'm like, "Oh,
I can't bet against Tom Brady. I have the Bucks winning 31-27, and Tom Brady going to his 10th championship.
Yeah, and I really think the Clippers' chance to win the championship was last year, and they were up 3-1 against the Denver Nuggets.
Chris Paul is one of the most underrated players of all time. He's been the best player wherever he goes, and that includes with the Rockets.
you said you can't bet against Tom Brady," and as a Cowboys fan and what I just did last weekend, I am not gonna bet against Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, Connor McDavid, Leon Draisaitl. I mean, that's all I can really say. There's two of the top 5 players in the league, and they are very, very good.
Hello, I'm Taylor Hearn, and you listen to The Outsiders' Opinions with Kevin and Austin.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to our NBA opinions of the week. The summer league is over, and the man that was in his own league for his summer, Austin.
I was definitely not in the NBA Summer League. I enjoyed watching it, though. I don't like how they do the championship anymore. I like the old way where basically everybody made the playoffs and then allowed more games for every player. But I understand why they changed it. Less games, less cost for injury. But it's more enjoyable when you get to see an entire playoff run.
Yeah, and it was weird because I didn't watch him. I was just hearing how the Mavs were doing, and I was following Twitter with the Cavs. And then the Amani Bates reaction to him winning. Good for him. I just wouldn't be that psyched for a summer league thing. Yeah, overall, I thought it was good. I was saying off before recording, I'm shocked that I thought Wembanyama was going to play all the games, but he showed what he needed to show, and I was like, oh, that's why they shut him down, and to prevent injury. So this stinks. Then Hardy got cut, but yeah, it was also weird because I saw to qualify for the playoffs, you need a point differential, and
It's really confusing. Yeah. I don't get it. I get it technically speaking, but it's also like, why would you use such a confusing structure? It could be run better. I do enjoy watching it, though.
Yeah, I wish I could have watched more Mavs games, but overall, the MVP was Cam Whitmore, which makes sense because he was probably the most. If everything goes right, he would definitely be the steal of the draft because everyone passed on him. Some teams passed on him twice, and it's just he seems to me one of the more NBA ready guys.
Oh, 100%. I completely agree. And I was shocked that he fell so far, and I think he's trying to prove that right. He did not deserve to go as low as he did.
Yeah, and then we'll go over the summer league first team and second teams. Then we'll get into like personal stuff. But then Keontae George, Sam Merrill, Orlando Robinson, Hunter Tyson, and then Cam Whitmore were part of the first team. Second team, Max Christie, Javon Freeman Liberty, Xavier Moon, Amani Bates, Jabari Smith, Jalen Wilson. One thing that sticks out to me is Hunter Tyson. I was seeing he was a draft pick from the Nuggets. The Nuggets haven't been active in free agency, but I feel something's just going to happen. Maybe Hunter Tyson kind of just shows up out of nowhere.
I can't believe you brought up the guy that I was going to bring out later.
Really? Okay.
Yes, Hunter Tyson's a guy that I was extremely high on, a guy I wanted the Wizards to get. Very talented player. You remember last year, I was very high on Peyton Watson, and Watson I had going 30, and he went up going 30 to the Nuggets. That was one of the picks I got right last year. And so Watson and Tyson, two of my favorite prospects, getting up and getting taken by the Nuggets, I do think it's a great thing. Tyson is 6'8", he can shoot, he can rebound. Christian Brown, Peyton Watson, Hunter Tyson, they are building a very good small forward, power forward, little threesome there between those guys that I think they have shooting, they have defending, they have all-around play, they have rebounding, and this is how a team stays good, is they draft well, and I think the Nuggets are drafting outstandingly.
And those are also assets they could use in a trade if they wanted to. That's something you need to do with the new rules. Another thing is Amani Bates. He just came out of college, right? or has he been out of the college for a while?
He just got out of college.
Okay. I just remember hearing, was he on Memphis 2 years
Yes,
ago?
and then
That's
and then
great.
last year he's on Eastern Michigan.
Okay. I
So
just remember, were you on high on him 2 years ago, or someone was talking about him a few years ago?
we have a friend that is an Amani Bates fan. I can explain after we record. One thing that I do want to mention is why there's 6 players on the All Summer League second team is because of tie-in votes between Max Christie and Xavier Moon. If I had to choose one between the two, I would have chosen Xavier Moon. He's already played the last 2 years with the Clippers. Not much time, but he played very, very well in this summer league, and I'm happy for those type of guys that have been in the league for a little bit and have started to get better and better and better, and hopefully have a role. And they, all these players, all 11 of them that got on a All Summer League team, that's something to be proud of.
Yeah, it's definitely something to be proud of, and definitely winning it. Even though I thought Imani Bates' reaction copying LeBron when he won the championship was a little bit over the top for me. But yeah, personally, I think I'm buying more into the ceiling of Omax, the guy the Mavs got, which is the main reason people were talking about Rashawn Holmes. Rashawn Holmes to me is just icing. I really cared about getting a young player, and especially a defensive phenom like Omax, who someone was like, he's like Dorian Finney-Smith. I think he can be better than Dorian because he can do stuff off the dribble. Maybe defensively he can get better as he gets older, but I love that pick for the Mavs, and it was cool seeing Derek Lively do some stuff. But Omax is definitely going to be making plays earlier on in his career than Lively, in my opinion.
Yeah, the one problem with Omax is that he shot extremely poorly during the summer league, and that's something that he's going to have to improve on. Dorian obviously struggled his first couple of years shootings, and then he got better. The problem is Omax needs to start shooting better immediately for him to have a big role on the team. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, I agree. I think it's gonna be a fun bench unit for the Mavs, especially if they can get a starting center, because all their young guys are just gonna be on the bench, and it's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll see. And then I can't remember if there was another player I'm trying to think of. What about you?
I was really excited as a Wizards fan to see Bilal Coulibaly. He looks to be a good defender. He obviously has a lot of work, but I love his potential. I'm also excited for Vukovic, a guy that you had going in the first round that ended up falling to the Wizards, a good center that can shoot.
Remember that.
He played well, so I'm excited for what the Wizards are doing. I obviously don't have a lot of expectations. I don't think we're going to be one of the. I think we'll be 13th, 14th in the East this year. I don't think we would necessarily be last, but because I think we have good defense. The problem is our offense is horrible at the moment, and I'm not really sure how we're going to be all that efficient. But I'm excited, and I think that's all you can really be when you trade one of your top 5 players in team history.
Yeah, they're definitely going to be fun. Another thing I'll say for Jaden Hardy is it looks like he really can't be a playmaker or have the ball in his hands, because I know the Mavs were trying to have him work with the ball, which I would love if he got to that point, because now I just view him more as a shooting guard, and he's someone that can get his own bucket and can be a good catch and shoot guy, but a facilitator is gonna, which could hurt his money, where the Mavs, I might even consider trading him because of the money those guys get, and it just doesn't work out. If you get what I'm saying, because Tyler Hero is a guy that can score and catch and shoot, but he can't really facilitate.
Yeah, it's going to take a lot of work for him to get to the point to where I'm confident with Hardy with the ball in his hands, especially when you have Kyrie and Luka on the team. And even on a bench unit, Hardy is more of a pure scorer than he is a facilitator.
Yeah, which hampers me. But that's something I am excited though, Omax, and I just love that trade because I believe his shooting is going to get better. So another thing is, I'm trying to think if there was another standout. not for the Mavs, but just in general. Yeah, Hunter Tyson to me is just going to be like, how do the Nuggets do this? Because I feel people are sleeping on the Nuggets.
Yeah, we have a friend that I definitely would say is sleeping on the Nuggets, mainly out of the fact that he believes injuries will happen, but I think their depth is enough that I'm not worried about it.
Yeah, and they were stuck because of camp, and they did lose Bruce Brown, but something's going to happen where they do it. So, yeah, that's all I got. Anything else you would like to add?
No.
All right, that's all we got. Thank you for listening to Outsiders Opinions. Make sure to follow us on our socials. And if you're just listening on YouTube, we're available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, anywhere basically. Just look up Outsiders Opinions. And yeah, follow us on socials. We also put the links there. That's all we got. Thank you for listening to Outsiders Opinions.